The upper trap is commonly labeled as the problem child when it comes to neck pain. Tightness in this muscle is frequently thought to be the source of many aches and pains of the neck, and stretching is often the go-to treatment of choice. But contrary to popular belief, tightness in the upper traps is very seldom the root cause of pain, and many of the treatments that are commonly utilized to treat the muscle are often ineffective at providing lasting relief. So let's set the record straight. In this video, I will show you how managing neck pain goes well beyond the upper traps. And stick around until the end, where we will discuss an often overlooked treatment approach to manage this issue. The upper traps are constantly being bombarded with treatments focused on eradicating those painful tender spots and improving flexibility. Treatments often include massage, self-release techniques, dry needling, and of course, stretching. While these treatments can provide temporary relief and may be necessary to manage pain initially, the symptoms often keep coming back, no matter how often you push, poke, or crank on your neck. This is because many causes of neck pain are not caused by the upper traps, but somewhere else in the body. To appreciate this, we first need to understand the length-tension relationship, which refers to the relationship between the length of the muscle and the amount of force it can generate. Muscles have an optimal resting length, at which they can produce the greatest amount of force. When a muscle is put in a shortened or lengthened state, it experiences a reduction in the amount of force it can generate, which results in it being less efficient in moving and supporting our bodies. So you may have been setting up your upper traps to fail this entire time. The once believed problem child is more like an unsung hero, struggling day in and day out to keep your head up during countless hours of typing up emails and scrolling on your phone. And how do you repay them? You go on and yank, poke, and prod them to death, and give them all the blame. Now that we have finally exonerated the upper traps, what can be done about the pain? Well, it comes down to your body needing to be able to support the demands of the posture or activity, or otherwise it will continue to experience increased stress and pain. The good news is that you can help your body tolerate certain activities better, and the key is to maintain optimal resting length of the muscles of the neck, which can be done through 3 ways: modifying posture, increasing mobility, and improving muscular control. Let's begin with the one that requires the least amount of effort: postural modification. It's the unfortunate reality that many of us spend an incredible amount of time sitting. While this position is not inherently bad, if the body does not have the ability to support such a position for hours on end, then it's going to lead to issues. When we sit, our head tends to come forward, our shoulders round, and our back starts to slouch. Just imagine anyone you've seen playing a video game, ever. This position places the muscles of the neck, including the upper traps, in a less than optimal resting position. And over time, the muscles fatigue and can no longer support the posture, inevitably straining your neck. The easiest way to reduce postural demands is by modifying how you're sitting and how often. Simple modifications, including using a lumbar pillow, which will help support your low back, preventing you from slouching, which will then bring your neck and shoulders in a more neutral alignment. Also, adjusting the height of whatever you're looking at so you're not looking down the entire time will also reduce the strain through your neck. Standing desks or portable laptop stands are another great option to get you out of the sitting position throughout the day. And if you don't have a stand-up feature, simply setting an alarm every hour or so to get you up for a couple of minutes can be a great way to give your body a break from sitting. So remember, you can stretch and do all the fancy treatments in the world, but if you don't improve the length-tension relationship by altering the postural demands of the neck, pain will likely continue to return. Now, adjusting posture is a great start, but what if your body is simply unable to get into a good resting posture? Well, this can happen for 2 reasons. Stiffness in other areas of the body can prevent you from attaining proper resting muscle length and increase stress through the neck. A quick way to assess if you have stiffness is by standing with the back against the wall and then trying to touch the back of your head to the wall while staring straight ahead. If you are unable to touch the back of your head to the wall without needing to look up, you likely have some stiffness. This can be improved by working at 2 different areas of your body, and none of which are your upper traps. There are normal curves in your spine that assist in providing stability, flexibility, and force distribution throughout your body. In the neck, the spine curves like an inward C, termed cervical lordosis. The upper back or thoracic spine also has a natural curvature, but in the opposite direction called a thoracic kyphosis, where the C curves outward. Over time, these curves can change, with the neck flattening out and the upper back rounding even further. This can be due to normal aging or in response to prolonged or repetitive activities that promote slouching, such as working at a desk for years. resulting in development of stiffness, making it difficult to stand or sit upright no matter how hard you try. Mobility exercises targeting specific areas of the body can help restore the natural curvature of the spine. Check out the videos at the end of this one if you're interested in how to restore these curves. Now, what happens if you have good postural habits, good mobility, and you still have neck pain? Well, it's time to start looking at your muscular control and strength. After all, holding up that big brain of yours can be exhausting, and your muscles need to be able to cope with the postural demands that your body experiences. But as we have realized, the body is a complex system that doesn't rely on just one muscle to function. Instead, it utilizes multiple muscle groups that work together to perform daily tasks and maintain posture. There are several key muscle groups that need to be operating at peak efficiency to function properly and reduce excessive strain from building up in the neck. Some of the more notable muscle groups responsible for maintaining postural control of the neck and effectively distributing forces throughout the body include the deep neck flexors and extensors, middle and lower trapezius, and serratus anterior muscles. These muscles play an important role in both spinal and shoulder stability and control, and are commonly weak in many people with neck pain. But another key muscle that is often overlooked when it comes to strengthening those with neck pain are those pesky upper traps. People are so focused on stretching and massaging this muscle that they forget its other main job, to produce force. Strengthening this muscle may seem counterintuitive because they always feel so tight, but the tightness is often a reflection of the muscle being constantly overloaded, causing it to spasm, and due to the altered length-tension relationship, it is also usually very weak. So massage and stretching is only going to get you so far, as you are not addressing the underlying issue. And the upper traps have a big role in reducing stress through the neck. Due to where the upper traps attach and their orientation, it has the ability to take the loads from the arm and shoulder and redirect them away from the neck by channeling them through the collarbone, sternum, rib cage, and back. This is critical to reducing strain on the neck when we lift and carry objects. So as part of a comprehensive strengthening program, the upper trap should also be targeted, along with other important muscle groups we mentioned, to ensure sufficient neck stability and control is maintained. In terms of the order of operations, I suggest starting with postural modifications, as this can be the quickest way to pain relief. This can then be followed by addressing any stiffness by working on improving your mobility to restore the normal curvature of the spine and restore the length-tension relationship of your muscles. Once sufficient mobility is achieved, you should then transition focus to strengthening the muscles, as they will require conditioning to maintain this newly achieved range of motion and properly support your body during activity. Wondering how to do this? Well, check out these videos, one on improving postural mobility and one on improving postural strength, both of which are easy to perform and can provide significant results. But before you do that, make sure to give us a like and subscribe to the channel. We put in a lot of work into these videos to help guide you through your rehab journey, and your support would go a long way in helping us continue to grow and provide you answers to all your rehab-related questions.